Guild Raid, Expert, 1 key, no Tekken. Let's go. What is going on, everyone? Today we're going to take you through another Expert Guild Raid run. This time we are running it with no Tekken sets. So there was a fair amount of trolling on the last video, the 500 mil run with the Tekken sets. I just wanted to put this one together here for you guys to show you that it is possible to hit this and finish it in 1 key without using the Tekken sets. So this build kind of runs on the same premise as the last build. We are using Orochi Iori for the long big hit finisher. We are using Delins for the darkness and the boss breaks. But I've put in Gonitz instead of Eileen because I found that using Gonitz is a little more forgiving and requires a little less finesse than Eileen does. So in the last video I suggested that you could use either a Shine set or a Wonderland set in place of the Tekken set if you do not have one. And you can see the crit damage on the finisher obviously does suffer a bit with the Wonderland set as opposed to the Tekken set, but it is still doable in 1 key. So I did do a lot of testing just to see what worked best that was not a Tekken set. I found that using the Wonderland set was overall the best possible option because it grants 10% more crit chance over the other card sets. So the general rotation for this build is to build PG with Iori first, and then swap to Delins for his finisher to spread darkness, and then swap to Gonitz for his finisher to break the boss. And then obviously once the boss is broken we switch to Iori, we activate Okita for the crit damage bonus, and then we use the finisher there. So there's a couple times during the run where I miss time of rotation and I end up eating a stun, which is why I use the finisher here with Delins because I know the stun is coming, but I also know that he's ready to be awakened, so it's important to understand when your cooldowns are coming off cooldown and what you have available to use. And we also use the 3 PG finisher for Gonitz because it keeps the boss stationary and it stops the timer. So the damage output with the Shine set and the Wonderland set ends up being very similar, but we went with the Wonderland set because the crit chance is so much higher. Alright, so I'm going to let this run now, and I will check back in at the end with the cards and the stones. Alright, 439 mil. That meets both of our goals of not using a Tekken set, and it also gets us done in one key. Obviously, if you do not have the level 50 awakened characters, your damage output is going to be much lower, but this shows you that it is definitely possible to clear this in one key with no Tekken sets. Alright, so let's go over the cards, the stones, and the rationale. So I did choose the Wonderland set over the Shine set for the crit chance bonus. I also have one crit damage card, and believe it or not, that one power gain card does make up for the lack of the Tekken set. You just have to make sure that the special skills all connect in order to charge. And then obviously the Guild Raid stones do make a huge difference in the damage output. If you do not have these, use whatever best attack stones you have available. Gonitz has 2 Guild Raid stones and 1 from Immortal Victor. And on Gonitz we also have the Leah set and 2 power gain cards because the goal is not for him to spam his skills. That's why we don't use the cooldown reduction. The goal is for him to get to his finisher as quickly as possible to break the boss. And then on Delins, we have the Akane set and 2 power gain cards. This allows you to get Delins to his finishers in one skill rotation. And then we also have the full set of the 7 Knights collab stones. And then for strikers, aside from Iori, I went with the 2 fighters who gave the best bonuses to Gonitz and Delins. So I hope this was helpful. Keep pushing, keep practicing. You don't need a Tekken set for this. And if there's anything else you want to see, let me know in the comments, and we'll see you next time.